Good morning, guys. Rick Show here. It's the 16th of September 2021, and we are having a magnificent morning. Never know what you're going to get though by the end of the day. Look at them beautiful clouds there. When you see them, it looks to me like there's going to be some big rain later. But just beautiful, nice, warm sun. Feels great. Getting that vitamin D. So I did a thing on kind of long yesterday about when you first come here, and what I want to talk today about when you come here is the shopping for food and stuff. I would seriously recommend, unless you're super wealthy and don't care and want to just go shop at the big malls and stuff. But if you're like me, we shop for deals. We'll pull into roadside places that sell. We like those Sucat. They're like a big thick-skinned grapefruit. Love the dang things. And in our local market, they were 50, 60 and up. And we had a lady on the roadside. They had a big grove of the dang things, and she'd set up her market, and we could get them for 15. I think the most we ever paid with her was 30. So you got to find these little places. Also, when I'm out shopping, I look for the ones that aren't going to try to gouge me. And that'll happen a lot of times when, like, we just came by and I saw some durian for sale on the side of the road. So I went way past the place, and then because a lot of these places don't have prices on them, and you'll get special pricing, guys, believe me. Well, my wife walked all the way back, and she got a real good deal on the durian, and I love those things. Try all the different fruits. A lot of them you can get. You can get them pretty cheap. We're getting right now. They got a bunch of these. What they call them, dragon fruit. Those are in. And we get them over here on the fence. We just ask the guy. It's always ask if you can take stuff, even if it's grown over the fence. It's still theirs if you follow the law in this country, even if it's hanging over the fence. So it's not like in the U.S. But most of them will just smile and give you some, or they'll sell it to you real cheap if you go pick it. But look around. Have fun traveling around when you get here. Don't just sit around and do nothing. Get out and do stuff. We've gone on walking things where we walked all the way into town. We take the bike when Mama's here. That's why I'd like to get a tricycle of some sort. And then we want to, that way we can put the kids in. I don't know how this country's going to open to be able to keep taking the kids around with all this new granular lockdown and the thing where they extended the emergency again. They'll never stop that one. They're just going to keep that one up. Just like the states. The United States is in a state of emergency. They've been in one for 20-some years. They're not going to stop it with all these TSA. The more people they got working for them, the more people are going to vote for the same people who got them their jobs. So that's just the way places go, no matter where you go. But do your shopping. Sometimes if you go to the markets, the local markets, you get a lot better deals. But on these side of the road stands, the ones that'll set up and they're not there all the time, those are where you mostly get your best deals. Another thing for me, I have to be careful of it. Is the places where they cook. Okay, one of the things they use is magic syrup on everything. It's MSG, guys. That stuff makes me sick. I get deathly sick when I eat that. It's poison, basically, and they dump this stuff on there. They'll cook food, and they'll dump some on there, and then they'll cook it some more, and they'll dump some more on there. You just look in their garbage can where they got 20 bags of the dang stuff. Be careful of that one. Plus the oil that they'll use. There was a guy who cooked fried chicken, and very popular. He was on the corner where we lived. He's probably still there to this day. Younger fella, and he had a huge wok. He had his little tricycle that he drove over there. He had his spot picked out and a big deep wok, and he would start frying chicken. chicken wings, chicken legs, stuff like that. Well, that oil, I think when he started years and years ago, it's the same oil. He just dumps it back in the and he dumps it hot right back in this big plastic container. So what's leaching out of that plastic from the heat? I don't know if you really want to eat that stuff. Now, a couple times I got really sick. Street food. Me, I've got, my stomach isn't the best since I come here. So be careful. Be careful of the street food when you get here. Some of it's okay, but most everything is fried. I wouldn't worry about catching worms or anything from the street food because they cook the living crap out of it. It's one thing here about the Philippines. Most of the stuff you get, if they cook it or barbecue it, it's going to be black. They really cook the heck out of everything. But the little markets that excuse me, the little markets that you go to around here with that sell pork and beef and fish and stuff, we're really careful to get if my wife likes to go and get fish, get the live fish. Some of this fish has been laying there. We went to the market and the fish looked really good. They had some smaller tuna and I love that stuff, but it'd been sitting there most of the day. Most of the folks that go to the fish markets go first thing in the morning, but I don't know. I just, my wife gets it. I don't worry about it too much with the fish. I like the dried salted fish. Meats, I pretty much shy away from the meats in these little markets. I guess you could just cook the living crap out of it and that'll be okay, but pretty much when we shop, Walter Mart is S&M stores. They got the nice supermarket, and that's pretty much where we go. We also had where we used to live, and we here too. We had a Pure Gold, but most of the time, the meat in there looks crappy, so we just go the S&M, and then like I say, the S&R over here. That's pretty good. They got some meats. Pricey though, very pricey compared to anywhere else. But if that's what you want, I do get every month. I get a couple steaks, and that's like a treat we have. I try to get the like a T-bone or something like that, and I'll cook those things up. That'll just be like the kids and me. My wife doesn't really care too much for them. And we'll cook maybe some mashed potatoes. You can't get sour cream here. I've never seen it since I've been here. Even when I was down in Davao and in Manila, never seen it anywhere. Cottage cheese, forget it. Not going to find it. But I always like sour cream and mashed potatoes. But I'm using cream cheese now because cream cheese you can get just about anywhere. So that kind of makes it good. If you chew tobacco, you better bring some or get somebody set up that's going to be able to send it to you. I got different buddies that send me chew, and you're not going to get that here. There's so much stuff you're going to find out you can't get, but there's stuff that you can't get in the States that you can get here. One of the things I love here that California you can get them, but most places in the States you can't get these good little yellow mangoes they got here. Best dang mangoes I ever ate. I never liked mangoes when I was in the States because they have those big green ones like from Guatemala, and just not that good. And the bananas here, you're going to find out the bananas are really good here. They're around here. They're around 80. When we were up GMA, we could always get them for around 60 a kilo. That's $1.20. So that comes out to I don't know, 50 something a pound. It's just what they cost. But here they're about 80 a kilo. But the bananas here you get are just compared to what you buy in the United States are just unbelievable. Especially the little tiny ones. We go through, you wouldn't believe. I mean, my kids will eat 3-4 bananas, sometimes 5 bananas each in a day. We buy a big rack and gone. Keep a lot of fruit running through you while you're here. Some of the guys I see a lot of had a couple foreigner buddies when I was working over in Alabang. They go out to eat every night, and they just eat the food. Some of them aren't here. Some of them aren't here anymore. Heart attack, strokes, and they wind up going back to their country for treatment. You never see them again. There's a lot of good foods here you could make, and just remember, you're an older person, so try to eat well. Our biggest bill here in the Philippines is definitely the food. Some months it's lower, but then like this last month, we had to get, we picked up a bunch of condiments, pickles, and my wife got some relish, and we were running out of some of the spices, so we had to load up on that. But for us with the 3 kids, just for our first of the month big time shopping, we spent 50. We spent 50,000, and then through the month, fruit. Every time we go to the fruit store, we're dropping another, $20 anyway. We do like it down in Padre Garcia. The market's a lot cleaner. Prices over here at this market, I think my wife and I are going to take a ride up on the jeepney instead of the bike, just for a cool trip for us. But there's different levels in the market, and as you go through those levels, you'll find the prices change. She found up on the second floor in there, instead of down in the basement, she said the prices were way lower, and it's good. It's good fruit. So she picked up, when she brought it home, I was looking at what she got, and I was like, wow, cool, that's what you had to spend. That was really cool. So we will use them. It's kind of dingy and dirty market over there, but when it's fruit, and all our fruit, when we get it here, we wash it. We pretty much wash everything. Bananas here, when you buy them, it's not like the States where they'll keep for a while. They don't keep real long here because they don't treat them the same way as they do in the States. Where they bring them up there. When they put them in the trucks or on the ship, they're not even ripe. You couldn't even eat them. They're just a big fibrous thing, and then they gas them. So we're not getting. We're not getting anything like that. So the bananas will go quick. That's why I'm glad the kids eat them like that. Make sure also here you get enough salt, guys. They tell you salt's bad for you. I think that's just a big myth. Doctors will tell you that just so they can get you in their office and sell you some crap that you don't need. But you need salt. You need salt in your system. Don't forget not to, don't wash off the sun. Get some sun. And all this stuff where they're selling sunblock. God gave us this sun right here. I don't think it hurts you too much, but it also says right in the Bible, do everything in moderation. Everything. So you got to be careful of that. Now, me here in the Philippines, I don't burn. I could be out in the sun all day. I remember when I was working out in California, if we were doing underground jobs, the whole site would be closed off. Nobody can get in. They got the chain link fence up so you can't see in with the things inside. And I'd be out there just in a pair of shorts, boots, and no shirt. And man, I didn't burn, and I do it every day for months on end. I just don't burn. I just get dark. My wife always says that she's too dark, but my skin's almost as dark as hers. So, but the sun, I don't hide my kids from the sun either. I get them out here in the sun. We go for big hikes or riding the bike, and try to get them out without their shirt off. My wife knows not to wash the vitamin D off with soaps. That cuts the oil off. You have to leave that on so it soaks in. And hey, that's your part of your immune system. But when you get here, just careful of the foods. I myself, there's very few places I would ever even dream of touching the street food. I like to cook though. I'll do one here coming up on setting up a kitchen. If you're going to build a house when you get here, pay attention to your kitchen unless you're going to have people cook for you. I know one fella, British fella that come here, doesn't have a wife. He's on a retirement visa, and he has servants. He's got 2 girls that cook for him. He's got a guy that goes with him anywhere, kind of like a bodyguard dude, and a couple of them actually. And he doesn't do anything. He travels around. But he doesn't cook. He doesn't clean. He doesn't wash clothes. And he said in his country he could never have that, so that's why he's here. So you can get that too. One of the things, though, I know this is off the food topic, but one of the things, if you get servants in there to come and do stuff, and I've seen this every time, doesn't matter who has these servants, chismis guys, they're going to tell everybody your business. Everybody. My wife met a girl that was a cleaner, only knew her for a day, and was telling us all the business of the people. She was actually going in their mail and reading stuff. Oh, you know, he has a car payment, and it's this much a month. Oh my gosh, you know. And so, like us, we don't want anything to do with anybody coming into the house and doing anything. You know, like you could get somebody to leave them outside, wash your clothes if you want, because they scrub in a bucket, but we got a washing machine. But be very careful of that, because every single time we've known anybody who has like inside housemaids or anything, we knew everything about those people. Everything. We knew what their bills was. You know, we knew what they were paying. We knew how many nights they had sex. I'm not kidding you. It's just because Filipinos, they call it this chismis. They talk. They start talking. And if you're a foreigner, that's an interesting topic of conversation. That lets them have the floor. So they wow. So be careful of that. And I don't want to make this one too long like yesterday. So I'm going to let you go. But look at that up ahead. Isn't that pretty? And we've got a really nice cool breeze right now. Look at that, guys. God sure can paint the sky, can't he? Look at that. I love it, guys. There's over on the mountain. So I'm going to let you go. Don't forget to pray for each other. And this is Rick Shaw out.